find both the thou wilt send Heru, the great angel that is set over the operations of this great wisdom, to lay his hand invisibly on these consecrated cards of art, that thereby we may obtain true knowledge of hidden things, to the glory of thine ineffable name. Can I put these where they're going to be visible? Cute little pinnacles here. How about that? Right there. How about that? Oops. That's not how I lay the cards out. What am I doing? Hold on. We're here. Crazy. No, we straight. We're back on track. I just woke up from a nap, which is amazing that I'm napping at all. I have a really hard time sleeping, so that's good. That's a good thing. Let's see what we have. Oh. There's a lingering feeling of disappointment, which is coming from a place of emotional instability, and it doesn't have anything to do with your actual circumstances at present. It doesn't have anything to do with your foundation. It doesn't have anything to do with your conviction. It doesn't have anything to do with your identity. It doesn't have anything to do with your sense of self-worth. That's actually real. And the reason why that is because you're successful. You are in a place where the harmonies, the energies, right? The 6 celestial spheres here have harmonized to create a perfect star, a 6-pointed star, in fact. So you're in balance. Your heart isn't your physical, your behavior is successful. And with the Empress here, you have no lack. There's no lack. There's no, you didn't try hard enough. There's no, that is the mother complex. The mother complex comes in to say, nothing I've ever done has ever been good enough. Right? The disappointment. That's what it feels like to me. Nothing I've done is every decision I take leads to just trouble for me, kind of thing. And that's outdated. That doesn't really apply. So it's interesting that this is here. It's real, though it doesn't hold much weight. It's, it is very real. It's not something you can just say, oh, I don't feel disappointed. No, you do. You do. I mean, it's very real that you do feel that way. But it's not actually tangible when it comes to your behavior, your effort, what's resonating with you. None of that is coming in. You've done everything you were supposed to do. For real. Like, you ever say that to yourself whenever things start getting weird? Or like maybe you had an event you were supposed to go to and one of the partners or the collaborators didn't show up. Or maybe you were to go to a government building to get some resources or something. And this is, I did everything I was supposed to do, right? Let's say you're trying to go to the DMV to get your papers right or something. Well, you know what? It was a nightmare going in there and it wasn't your fault. Well, I did everything I was supposed to do. It's kind of what I'm getting. You're disappointed about something, but you did everything you were supposed to do. So, I mean, come on, give yourself a break. Give me a moment. Something else I feel like I might need to say about it. No, I mean, you're just not seeing you're successfully. You're feeling disappointed about your actual success. Take more time to pull out. Take more time to pull yourself out. Take more time to be quiet. Take more time to pull yourself back from your own life and look at it and really look at it and see that you have been successful and that you have had everything you need and you did everything you were supposed to do. And not only that, you took care of other people on your way. You didn't even just like think about yourself the whole time and just like get yourself ahead. You actually lifted up a few people on your way. Okay. You really did. Okay. So you might feel disappointed, like you don't know where that energy went, but trust. One cool thing about this card that I like to say is that what you gave will be multiplied. What you gave, what you nurtured, what you created will multiply. For real. So how could you be disappointed if that's the case? Okay. All right. Let's see what we got on the top row. Beautiful here. This is very interesting. So for 13, 9, and 5, you got failure, Prince of Discs, and ruin. It feels like this is one of those times where I can clearly tell this time that the story is conflicting, right? So I always read from the instruction booklet here so that people can understand what it is that I'm doing. Cards 13, 9, 5, 4, 8, and 12 in the upper left and the upper right indicate two potentials for the future. They may complement each other, in which case the cards on the upper left are a development of the cards on the upper right. If they're in conflict, the cards on the upper right may be considered the direction the current life will naturally flow unless action is taken to change the course. The cards on the upper left would then be possibilities of alternative action. The alternative action here is you regressing. So it's clear because on the right you got it. On the right you're evolved fully to the knight. The Queen of Swords is there to also support. Like, I'm really liking the way that this is feeling. You've got the masculine on one side, the feminine on the other. You've got the earth here, you've got the air here, and you've got the fire right here in the middle with temperance. So I don't see how this would be the way things ended up if you didn't do this, right? No, it's more so like this is what we don't want. And what we don't want is to revert back to the Prince of Discs, which is okay. I mean, the Prince of Discs is great. He's setting down some plans. He's thinking about the future, but it was like thinking constantly about the future or something like what I'm getting here, or not thinking because it's not air, it's earth. So behaving as if the future, right? Behaving your behavior pattern to the future, right? And so it's like behaving as if that. And so what's coming in here is like there's nothing left on there's again with the Ten of Swords, there's nothing left on the bones. There's no meat on these bones. There's absolutely no meat on these bones. And this shriveled up and fucking died. Okay. So whatever the I'm just saying with both of them together, this is interesting. I'm trying to tell you something very concise about this energy. Give me one moment. What I'm getting strongly from it is you decided, this is like almost in the past tense how it's coming in. You decided that you were going to move forward from this. You decided that you were going to move forward from failure and ruin. You decided, you made a decision that you made a decision that you were going to move out of it. That's what this is. You made a clear decision here that something behaviorally, physically, in the physical world, the way you were physically showing up in the world, it wasn't right for you. And yeah, maybe you didn't show up at the engagement, or yeah, maybe you left some things behind, but you moved. You didn't stay there. And you know what I'm talking about? You ever had one of those things where it's like, it's kind of sad to acknowledge what really happened. But when you look at it, you go, you know what? I didn't stay in that shit. I didn't stay in it. I did not stay there. I love this for you. You know what? I'm really feeling the power. I'm feeling the strength in it. That's what's coming to me. Yeah, this may have been the most sad thing. This may have been my dream crumbling in front of my eyes, but guess what? I didn't fucking stay there. I didn't sit in it. I moved out of it. You see what I'm saying? And for that, I commend you. You didn't stay in it. You can't. I'm surprised the getting swiftness for some reason. The eight of wands. You didn't stay in that. You cannot stay in that kind of thing. You got out of it. And this is another example of how you did that over here. The Knight of Discs is firmly rooted on the ground, and he has something to give, and he's looking into the warmth of the sun, because he knows that there's more power yet to grow. There's more energy coming from the sun, and he's looking towards it. He knows that there's more growing. There's more that's going to grow. I mean, come on. That's what I'm saying. You didn't stay here. You moved into something that you knew was going to grow, and you have the ability to look around you and look back on the past and understand why things went as poorly as they did. And you can see the with the art here. This is very cerebral. You can see, you know what I mean, why things didn't work the way they did, kind of almost in an artful way. You can kind of really see how things added up, and it does add up. It adds up to you, you know. And so, but this is beautiful here. I mean, you're going to be making art. You're going to be doing art, whatever that is. You are doing that. You're combining. You're keeping yourself open. You're taking the perpetual chance of openness, right? Whatever you have to do to remain open. If you have to cut certain things out of your life, right? You're keeping yourself open in that way that may seem like it's boring. It may seem like it's slow, but you've figured it out. You've actually figured out how to keep yourself open enough in your daily behavior to where you can take the perpetual chance of creation at all times. You're constantly creating. You're creating a lot. So you've managed to keep yourself in a place behaviorally, foundationally, in your thoughts mentally, and in your emotions, although you feel, again, a little disappointed for some reason, that you're taking this chance of creation. Okay? And that meant more to you, whatever this is, you know, that meant more to you. That means more. I'm going to be real with you right here. This is just coming from me. You being able to take the chance of creation and being able to keep your life in a way where it's open enough where you can keep creating art, that means more to you than anything. Okay? This is for my viewers, okay? My fellow artists and anybody else who's an artist like that. That actually, and whether you realize it or not, that's what the power of art really is. It means more to you than family, dude. It means more to you than money. It means more to you than praise. It means more to you than recognition. They couldn't pay you to do the art that you do because you do it because you love it. Right? So being able to keep yourself open enough to take the chance of creation at all times is something that you are more than willing to let things die and fall off the bone so that you could do that. So that's where this sense of disappointment is coming from, because you did have to let something go. You had to let a lot of things go for you to be able to feel the freedom you have right now. All right. And let's see what we get down here at the bottom. That's going to give us a little more insight about all this. Whoa. Okay. Slow down. It's always so big down here. The 3 major arcana over here, which is really intense. All right. Cards 6, 10, and 14 assist the querent in making whatever decisions may be necessary. They indicate the psychological basis and implications of the issue. So over here, you've got the Hierophant, Virtue, and Knight of Cups. I kind of really like this. This is somebody who doesn't care that they're wearing their heart on their sleeve, because they know that is like the way, that's divine love. They know that the way that they're loving, for lack of a better term, they're living their life in a Christ-like way. That's what I get from these 3 cards. I know that's very, not like super, please, no bigoted evangelical bullshit. That's not what I mean when I say Christ-like. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Christ. Okay, I'm talking about Christ consciousness. I'm talking about the crowned and conquering child. Okay, this is Christ-like energy here. It's somebody who is wearing it on their sleeve. They are prone to absorbing the energy of who receives them, but at the same time, with the virtue, it's like you know how you've been received. Is what I'm getting from this. Like with him, you know how you've been received, and you are going against it anyway. Almost you're loving anyway. You and that's what I'm saying. You do this because, and you don't care. You really, like the three of wands is the I don't give a crap. I'm going to do this because I feel the connection physically in my soul to every other force, and I feel the knowledge in that. I have the knowledge in that, and I don't feel deterred. I don't feel disturbed by any other forces. That's what the 3 of wands is. It's feeling the sense of purpose, right? Clearly endowed and driving one to the appropriate place. And so with this, with this Knight of Cups here, it's interesting. It's someone who doesn't mind putting themselves out there, even if no one's like dancing while no one's watching. But at the same time, you're doing this because God is watching. That being that divine example is what creates the energy for other people to feel safe in their emotions and to feel rooted in their physical body. Go, I want to dance too. And I'm proud of you. I know this is like an understatement. You can't possibly put this kind of thing into words, but I'm proud of you. Okay. Good job at kind of shaking off the blues here. That's what I'm getting at. You really shaken off the blues. You have, because what's coming next is insane. What's coming next right here is just crazy. Oh my word. I don't even want to think about how crazy and different and changey and expansive and new, and what is going to happen next. Look at this. We don't know exactly where we're going, but we're fucking going, and we're about to win big. I mean, look at this. What I'm getting here, after looking at everything, is that this was the tedious work, right? This was the tedious. Now here, this is the work that you did, that stands on the tedious. This is the stuff here that stands on the tedious work that you did. After doing that tedious release, you've cleared out such a large, you've noted the vastness of what you have cleared out for yourself in your life. You cleared out a lot of stuff with this. You cleared out a lot of things, and now there's just this vast, open universe ready for new experiences. We're ready for the clock to start ticking anew and bringing us the little arm inside the clock, right? We're ready for it to start pushing and going and turning into new things. You've caught, I don't know why I'm saying this popped in my, you've caught up to time. You've caught up to time. I don't know why that's just what's popping into my head, the phrase, you have caught up to time. You are no longer behind time. You're caught up to it. You may feel like really alone, but you caught up to time. You're not behind anymore. And I know that's like a really specific message, like, but that's what I'm getting. There's so much that's about to change, and I need you to keep doing your practices and keep yourself clear, because this is one of those moments where the next chapter the way that you are ready for it really matters. You know what I'm talking? Like, let's say you really wanted to do something magnificent. And if you're in a space where you're not ready for those magnificent opportunities, then you won't even be thinking that, you won't trust it. You won't. This is like you're in a space where these things are coming. They're coming. Do not block your blessings. Don't let anything block these blessings. I'm serious. Don't let anything block these blessings. Do not. Okay. And you're going forward. You're moving forward. I told you. You didn't stay in whatever this was. You had to let go of something that really meant everything to you. Trust me, I can relate on so many freaking levels. But through that experience, you held tight to yourself and to your success, and you can now see your new world right on the horizon. So give yourself a hug. Give yourself a congratulations, okay? You also may be going on a trip soon. I am. So I thought I should, I'm going on a journey soon. And I'm going further away from my home than I ever have. And I'm kind of nervous about it, but I'm going to see someone who is a very protective and loving family member, sister to me. And that's at least what I'm going to be going to do. So you may be going on a journey soon. This last little journey through winter, because it's not spring yet, but like this like last passage through winter. Like it feels like ancestrally a time where the ancestors finally, after they hunkered down all winter, they went on that journey because it started warming up a bit. So I wish you safe travels on your journey and protection as you travel, because Lord knows we need it. I don't know about you, but I get a little nervous about flying. I'll be real here. So, and that's what I'm saying. These opportunities are coming in, and it's like flying on a new thing. It's like flying in a spaceship. You're flying into these new opportunities, and you could be a little, if you're still stuck on this disappointment, which is really holds very little weight, I'm serious, then I'd rather, let's say, if I'm going to do something that I feel scared to do, like get on a plane, I'd rather not feel disappointed when I'm getting on the plane. I'd rather feel grateful and protected and secure, right? So let's keep following our values too. This is another thing that I'm going to continue to reinforce in the channel. Follow your values from moment to moment. So things are going to get hectic in your mind. You're going to get so overwhelmed with thought where you may not even be able to freaking hear your own thoughts, like, if that makes sense. So many thoughts start coming in such a way that you can't really control them at a certain point. If you I don't know how deep on the path you are, but that's kind of what has happened. That's how it is for me. Some people aren't neurodivergent and they do, esoteric practice and they initiate themselves, and then maybe they don't have constant echolalia. I'm autistic and I got a very unique brain. And so there's, special things happen in there where sometimes I feel like I can't really control the mind fully. And I don't aim to control it. I just allow it. I allow it to be. I don't want to control the mind. I just want the mind to settle. Right, because if you constantly tell your mind it needs to control itself, it won't ever relax. So it's about finding that peace and working on it all the time. And as you do that, one thing that can help is following your values. Okay, so from moment to moment, if you're lost, you're overwhelmed, it feels like a whirlwind, there's too many thoughts, there's too many actions, there's too many different things there's too many possibilities. Remember to follow your value. Just stop and go, what do I value? Like, what do I value? Just stop. What do I value? Everybody should really ask themselves this in their day. Like, what do I value? Okay, how can I get closer to what it is that I value? Right? That's it. And so, for instance, today what I did is I cleaned my house, right? I got up, I cleaned my house, I went and got something tasty to eat, and I took a nap. I've worked on posting some art, that I made yesterday because I value getting things done ahead of time and then being able to have them on back. So just slow down and ask yourself, what do you value? What do I value? Do I value a gentle sound? Do I value the flame of a candle? Do I value a drink of water? Do I value art? Do I value speaking to someone who cares about me? Do I value cleaning my house? Do I value going for exercise? Right? What do I value? So follow that. Okay, follow what it is that you value. Because it'll lead you to a place of true knowledge. I'm telling you, gnosis. It'll lead you to a place of gnosis if you really follow what you value. There's no way that you won't. So before we leave, we're going to do a quick prayer. I do want to start sharing these a bit more on my platform here. These are my mugwort and Brahmin infused Thoth talismans that I've hand painted and made from clay and embellished myself with rhinestones. I have 4 different motifs of the Thoth. One for each house of door of the day. So one for Ra in the morning, one for Hathor at noon, and one for Tum at sunset here. And then we have one at midnight with Kefra Thoth. It's always Thoth. I don't have other versions of the gods yet. I really would like to create. This is a Queen of Swords one that I created based off of the Queen of Swords card, which is great. I gave a good example to show you here how I did that. Made it look like the Queen of Swords. I used the same colors and everything. It's really unique. So yeah, those are on my Etsy, which is listed in the channel description. If you really want to go check that out, I would appreciate that more than anything in the world. I truly love shipping off orders that I've made. It means so much to me. All right, we're going to say a quick prayer before we leave. O great spirit that has set over the operations of this great wisdom, you may linger here among the cards, or you may depart the space, depending on what it is that you feel like you should do. Thank you for being here with us on the channel. All right, everybody. Until next time. The next time I see you, I will be in a hotel in Boston on my way to see my sister in Maine. And God's willing, I will see you then. All right. Thank you so much.